Welcome to Cooking with Gerry. Before we get started on lunch preparation, let's go to an earlier video segment from this morning. Here is my breakfast. It's a pancake type batter and I have just flipped it. It took about 10 minutes to cook the first side because it's fairly thick. And I did the method where I removed 1/4 onto this plate, and then I was able to flip the other 3/4, and then I put that quarter that was on the plate back into the frying pan. It hasn't held its shape very well because I think I put too much liquid. But here are the ingredients of the pancake. 3 tablespoons quinoa powder, 3 tablespoons sacha inchi powder, similar to almond powder, 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, half a cup of the soup liquid, about half a cup of water, and then I put that together in a bowl and I let that sit for about 30 minutes to let the powders absorb the liquid. And then I added half a teaspoon of coarse pink salt, 1 tablespoon salted butter, 1 tablespoon extra virgin coconut oil. These were actually in the frying pan. 2 eggs went up here with the batter, also 1 banana, and about 4 tablespoons of the soup. And then in the frying pan was the extra virgin coconut oil and the virgin olive oil. And it's almost done. Needs a few more minutes. I'll put the lid back on. But here, right on this page, is the ingredients for the soup. Garbanzo beans, also known as chickpeas, raw peanuts, black corn, flax seeds, sesame seeds, and water. Okay, so you saw the pancake which I had for breakfast, loaded with nutrition, and it kept me full for a long time. What we're going to do here is the leftovers. I had thought to use half of it now for lunch and the other half for dinner. Another thought was a friend is coming to visit and that he would be here in time for me to make 2 portions of a lunch, adding other vegetables. But he's not here, and I don't know when he'll be coming, and I don't want to leave this for longer because it's a really hot and humid day, and without a fridge, I don't want this food to spoil. So I'm going to eat all of this for my lunch. I am just going to add 1 ingredient. This is a piece of turmeric. Lots of good properties in turmeric. And I found out recently that it's best to add black pepper to the meal that you're eating, the turmeric or a drink, to allow the body to absorb it better. So I'm just going to chop this piece of turmeric into little pieces. And I will add the leftover bean stew. It's more of a stew now than a soup because I used most of the liquid this morning with the pancake and in the hours between breakfast and now. The ingredients have absorbed a lot of the remaining liquid. So I just need to explain the ingredients for the soup, which is now a stew. The garbanzo beans and the raw peanuts, I soaked them overnight together in the same bowl. I have learned recently from watching YouTube videos, Dr. Stephen Gundry, that peanuts can be a little bit toxic to the body if they are not prepared properly because of the lectins that are present in the raw peanuts. He said if you pressure cook them, then you remove that problem, the lectins. So I soaked the beans and peanuts together, and in the morning I cooked them for about 25 minutes on a fairly aggressive boil. I don't have a pressure cooker. And then I drained that water and I added fresh water, and then in that pot with the fresh water I also added black corn kernels, which I had soaked in a different container overnight. And I also added the flax seeds, soaked in another different container overnight. I used the liquid from the black corn because I had washed it previously, and I think it's okay to use that liquid. And as well as the flax seed, I used the water that they were soaked in. I had previously washed them before putting them in that water to soak. The flax seed, when it soaks overnight and when it cooks also, it creates kind of a gel, which I think is beneficial. So I kept the liquid from the black corn and the flax seeds, and then I cooked it for about another 25 or 30 minutes until the chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans, were soft and easy to squish with the squish test that I do to find out if a bean is cooked or not. And also about halfway through the cook process, I decided to add sesame seeds that I had not soaked overnight. I didn't plan on it last night. I decided to add them this morning. I washed them beforehand. Then I put them in the pot with the soup, and they cooked for, I think it was about 15 minutes. So that's the soup preparation, and I made pancakes this morning. I'm going to put about half a teaspoon of pepper in with the turmeric, and then I will add the soup stew. I'll show you. The chickpeas have turned black because of the black corn, so you can't really tell. Same as the peanuts, they've turned a dark shade. So I'm going to add them into the bowl. I can fit it all in, I think. Yeah. There we go. And I'm going to add, oh, one fell. I have here pink salt, coarsely grained. I will add 2 pinches. And I'm also going to add extra virgin olive oil. And I'll mix that up. And that'll be my lunch. There we go. So for yourself, I don't know if it's a good idea to have so much of this specific food all at one meal, but I'll find out later as the food starts to digest. I know it'll be tasty, I know it'll be enjoyable. I'll have that extra kick, the zing from the turmeric, and I don't usually use black pepper, so that'll also be a little extra kick. And lots of different ingredients. You could add vegetables, whatever you like. I had some broccoli and purple cabbage and celery that I was going to add if I was going to make this into 2 servings. But I'll save those for another time. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you really soon.